Hello, my name is Father Demetri, and I'm here in Lakeland, Florida. Today, the verses that I'm going to go over and I'm going to talk about are Matthew, the section in Matthew where it talks about being the light of the world. You are light, you are all light of the world. A city that is set on a hill cannot be hid. Neither do men light a candle and put it under a bushel, but on a candlestick. It gives light unto all that are in the house. Let your light so shine before men, that they may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven. This particular set of verses is one of my favorites in all of the scriptures. It is something that's been resounding in my mind for many years now, and I take it very seriously to try to be the light of the world to the people that I serve and even to the people that I run into on the street. One of the definitions of light is interesting as you look it up in the Greek, is it can be defined as a star. And as a star, we all have taken time to look into the sky at one point or another in the evening sky, and especially on a clear night, and especially if you're up in the mountains, you can see all those stars twinkling. But if you're in the city, and sometimes in the dark places where there are a lot of smog and a lot of nasty, dirty air to see through, sometimes you cannot see the stars except maybe one or two briefly shining through the sky that is over some of those cities. But that's what we're supposed to be, because the world really, and when we're talking about the world, we're talking about the place where we live, the place that we dwell, and the people in the world that do not follow the tenets of Christ and do not follow the faith of Christianity. A lot of times, not always, but a lot of times, those people are considered the darkness of the world. I don't know. I am not the judge of anybody. I am not the judge of any particular race or color or creed or anything like that. All I know is that between me and my God is my faith, and my life needs to reflect on that faith. I don't know who or what or who's going to enter the kingdom of heaven, because that's not my place. My place is to shine very brightly for the world. My place is to shine so that all people can see who and what Jesus is, not me. As St. John the Baptist said, now that he's here, I must be diminished so he can increase. And it's the same thing that we all must go through. We must diminish so that the Lord our God may increase. It's interesting that Jesus compares us to a city that's on a hill. And I know a lot of times when we are on a long drive, one of the most exciting things that you can possibly see is a city very far off. And you so look forward to seeing that city. You so look forward to stepping foot in that city after a long drive so you can find rest. Well, that's the city on the hill that cannot be hidden. And when you enter a house, if you have a single candle at one time, a single candle would light the whole house. That candle, that light in the darkness is what we need so we don't stumble throughout the house and bump our toe and fall down and get hurt. So we need to let our little light shine. We need to let those lights shine so brightly in this world that people will see that light and they will say, I want what they have. I want what they have in their life. And we need to be able to glorify God in everything that we do. We need to be able to glorify God in all our actions and our words and our thoughts even. And it's not enough to actually be a light of the world to everybody that's around you. It also needs to be the light of the world to yourself. Because if we're shining brightly for ourselves, then we're not going to stumble. We're not going to fall. Because we can reflect out what Jesus has to teach us, what Jesus has to show us, and we need to reflect that out so other people can be led to Him. We are not a bridge to God. We are only those people that put your hand in Christ and when we step back. And hopefully we have people that will do that for us when we're stumbling and we're falling. So it is a challenge to be the light of the world. It is a challenge to be the light to those who are in the darkness and who absolutely and most irrevocably need to have the faith and the light of the world shining in them. So may the Lord bless you and protect you and keep you safe always.